All right, so one of the most common productivity hacks that you're gonna find all over the internet, all over blog posts, all over videos is to-do lists. To-do lists are everywhere, right? They help you organize things so you can get stuff done, right? But the fact of the matter is, to-do lists suck, and there's a big reason why. So in this video, I'm gonna show you why to-do list sucks and how you can upgrade your to-do list into a get done list. All right, so I'm gonna assume that we all know what to-do lists are, right? But let's say for most of us out there, we start our mornings setting up our to-do list for the day. It's the things that we need to do to tackle the day ahead, okay? That's pretty common. So let's say the first one is we gotta run to the store. We also gotta send those emails out. We gotta take the dogs on a walk, let's say, and those are just some of those first things that come to mind, right? But here's what inevitably happens with to-do lists, right? There's other things that pop up throughout the day. Okay, you have this one thing that pops up. Okay, now you gotta take time to do that. Okay, well also this other thing, this person has this one problem, you need to take care of it. Oh my God, there's a problem at work, now we have to take care of that. Okay, well let's say you also had a goal in there that you wanted to work on your side business a little bit. Maybe you're trying to work on a project or a product, you wanted to work on that today. Well, guess what happens with the to-do list? Okay, well, I didn't end up going to the store, but let's say I got this done, I got the emails done, and I took the dogs on a walk, let's say. You get to the end of the day, you realize, oh, I still have that business stuff that I want to do, I still had to go to the store. Guess what inevitably happens? Okay, well now we're just gonna filter it to the next day, but here's what happens tomorrow is you already have other stuff that needs to get done tomorrow. So now, over the course of a day, you've created a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger list. And all of a sudden you get to the end of the week and you go, oh my gosh, I didn't get all this stuff done. I have so much more stuff that's come on my list. What in the world am I supposed to do with that? So inevitably, most of us, we just lose out on our to-do list. And we just say, you know what, the to-do list this isn't working. I'm gonna take it day by day. Now there's a couple big reasons why to-do lists fail in the first place and why they suck. First one is, a lot of times there's no specific action steps alongside those. Like let's say your goal is, oh, I wanted to work on my side business today. There's a lot of things you can do for your side business, right? Now, I'm not talking about things like going to the store or taking the dogs on the walk. Those are specific action steps. But what I find for a lot of our clients and a lot of other people is when it comes to to-do lists for your bigger, broader goals, a lot of times there's no specific action steps involved. So it ends up looking something like, I want to write a book, or I want to start a side business. And they're just very big and lofty and they don't have any specific action-oriented steps with it. The second one, and this is the biggest one with this, is a lot of these aren't time-bound. It's just, let's see what I can get done today. And you just try to get as far down the list as you possibly can, and inevitably you don't get as far as you want to, and the list keeps getting bigger and bigger, and you never feel like you're actually getting your to-do list done, right? It just feels like that to-do list is this constant piling of weight on your back, and that's not gonna do you any good. So what I wanna do is I wanna show you exactly how you can take this to-do list into a get done list. All right, so you can see we have our general template for our get done list. And the thing that I like about this is it helps you prioritize your goals in a very specific way, not only in terms of action steps, but also time as well. And so a lot of people look at this and go, okay, well, what's the difference between that and just your to-do list? This sections them out so that you can help to prioritize the specific action steps that need to get done right now versus ones that may be able to be done later. And so when we look at something like this is going to be really, really helpful for your bigger goals. Like let's say your goal is to write a book. Maybe you want to start a nonprofit. Maybe you want to run a marathon. Maybe you want to get a promotion at work, or maybe it's save money. Whatever it is, you can use this for these big, loftier goals. Now, this is going to help to break this down a lot more. So that way you're not creating this big to-do list of super big, lofty goals that are never going to get hit because they don't have time and they also don't have action steps involved. So we're going to use for this example writing a book. So you can see here you have your yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. Daily is going to be the higher priority task. So you can see here, highest priority that needs to get done right now is going to fit into the daily, and we're going to stretch this out. But we're going to kind of reverse engineer this. So let's say your goal is to write a book and you want to finish that by the end of the year. Okay, well, there's a lot of steps involved with that. So let's say the first step is you want to outline your book. You can also write your book. You also need to get a literary agent. You also need to edit your book, all these sort of things. There's a lot of different processes in there. So let's say for this month, our goal, or let's say our first step is we want to outline our book. So the first one is outline. I apologize for my terrible handwriting. But let's say your first goal is to outline your book, right? And that's the goal for the month. You want to get that outline of your book done. Now, obviously, you can break that down into chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, 5, etc., right? So what you're going to do is your monthly goals are going to be where you are going to put your smaller task priorities that are going to go into your bigger goals, right? And so that's going to be the first one. Maybe the month after, let's say this is January, February may be actually writing the book. And then the month after that would be editing the book. And then you can set different goals based on that and different action steps that need to be involved. Now, the thing when it comes to monthly as well is you do want to time bound all these so you know which ones are going to get filtered in week by week. So obviously for your outline, let's say week 1, you want to do that. Week number 1, you want to get this done. Week number 2, and this is also going to depend on how fast you think you're going to be able to get these done based on your business, your time, all sorts of things. So let's say you're just going to kick butt, and so you go, I'm going to get all of these done in week 1. So we're going to do chapters 1, 2, and 3 on week 1. I think I got plenty of time to get that done. So now let's say we are at week 1. Your goal is going to be outline chapters 1, 2, and 3. So you can see that there. Now you're also going to have other goals here. So let's say this is specific for writing your book. You're also going to have your other task priorities, right? So let's say you still have stuff that you need to get done this week for your kid's school. Okay, so that's going to filter in there. You also have stuff that you need to do for your family. You got family activity. That's going to be there as well. But now when you look at your entire week, you can start to look at this now and go, okay, I have this that I got to get done. I got this that I got to get done. But I do know I have this one thing on Tuesday that may interfere with getting this done. So I should probably push that earlier or maybe later so that way I can ensure I'm getting it done and it's not filtering too far back. Now, here's what you're going to do. Now you have your daily goals, right? And every day you got something coming up. You want to make sure you're putting in activities in through here that you know you're going to be able to get done no matter what. This is your time-bound activity here. You can do the same with your week, right? So let's say you know you want to get this done by Wednesday. You want to get this done by Thursday. And so you can kind of plan out your week in advance. This becomes really, really tactical and helpful. And then when you look at your daily goals, you can look at these daily goals and go, okay, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. I need to get this done. Now, preferably you want to do this the night before. So when I'm looking at my to-do list for today, my goal when I look at my daily to-do list, when I see these things that I get to get done, whether it's for the book or whether it's for my business, my practice, whatever it is I want to schedule these into my day. So I know, okay, I'm going to get this done at 11. I'm going to do this from 1 to 2. I'm going to do this right before I go to bed. Right? You're going to schedule these out into your day, and that leaves you very little room for those other things that pop up to kind of throw off your schedule because you know you have these set in your schedule. Now, of course, there are going to be things that pop up, and that's the biggest question. What happens when I inevitably get these things popping up? Well, of course, you have your schedule here, so you know if that comes up, maybe I can push that to a different time. Okay, maybe that does have to go back in to the week, and then I got to filter that out through the day. Now, the goal is when you look at your weekly, you need to make sure that you're getting this done. You're not continuing to filter things across, right? Your ultimate objective with this is you want to get as much as you can done and prevent that crossover. If you're getting too much crossover, if you're getting too much that's going from one to the other, there's a couple of things that you need to do here. One, you got to figure out how can you build more time into your day to get those done, or you got to stretch your goals out a little bit. Let's say this month you had a goal of you wanted to outline chapters 1, 2, and 3. Okay, well, you've gotten through week 1. You go, I didn't even get close to finishing chapter 1. Okay, well, we got to set some more realistic expectations. Now we know, okay, for this month, we're only going to do chapters 1 and 2. We're going to push these towards the next month. We're going to stretch that out a little bit. So that way you know and can feel more confident that you're tackling all these. Because here's what happens. If you have this big lofty goal and you're not getting stuff done, your brain starts to think you're not accomplishing the things that you want. So you want to make sure when you get to the end of the day that this all looks clear. Because guess what? That feels really good when you get to the end of the day and you see that all clear. That gives you more motivation to keep going forward. So now what you're doing is now when you move these over here, so let's say now our next one is to outline chapter 2, you're going to slowly chip away and this is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And all of a sudden, by the end of the month, you've cleaned the slate and you've actually made significant progress towards the goals that you want instead of trying to tackle this never-ending to-do list. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by and watching this video, and hopefully This video gives you all the tools that you need to get away from your standard generic to-do list and take a step forward and upgrade your to-do list into a get done list. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you share with other people who need help getting stuff done. If you want more videos like this, make sure you click that button over there to subscribe to this channel so you can get more awesome, amazing, super cool videos just like this one.